Hello and welcome back to Charwell, the Farming Agency edition. Right, so as you can probably tell, I've had a bit of an upgrade on the farm. I took out an £80,000 loan and I got this new maizeplus ready automatic feeding system in. I've put it into the cow yard, so the trough for the cows, and it's a conveyor belt that goes along and you can set it up to automatically feed at certain times and the amount. So it's pretty cool, I'm not going to lie, I've tested it out. I'll quickly just show you the menu. So as you can see, I've set it at 6 AM and 3 PM to feed 4,000 litres. When it says more need / feeding, basically what I've gathered is if the food quantity is less than 95% full, it'll give it the food. So it's pretty high. Basically it's going to give it 4,000 litres every time really. So the next feed is 3 PM, so we'll make sure at 3 o'clock we'll actually have a look at it so you can see what it does and how it works, but it's pretty cool. It obviously fits into probably a lot of maps. You could put it on, as long as it's maizeplus, you can put it on, but there's also one for hay and also one for just normal TMR, so you don't have to have the maizeplus version. So if you get the mod, you know, you can use it for normal standard TMR hay as well, which would be pretty cool because then you could use it for the alfalfa hay or the clover hay, but I think I haven't really got room to put another one in. It doesn't really fit very well down there. It'd probably be coming in down here, and I didn't want to have the cows walking over it as much, even though, that being said, this cow's pretty much right in the middle of it, and I've already seen a cow standing on top of it and walking across it, so it will happen, as you probably see right now, but it doesn't matter. It still looks good. So I also put this fencing in here. I've kind of separated off the area where I'd fill up with the slurry and the area for the cows in the field. So the entrance now is obviously going to be just round here, and also there's one in this shed here. So the clover hay that I did, that's all put in here. I've put that away, stacked it up there, used the auto load feature for that, whereas them I did manually. But yeah, so that's all stacked away, not a problem. So when I was filling up this, what I had to do was put an actual TMR in. It won't mix in there for you, so you have to do the mix yourself. So I just mixed some TMR, maizeplus style. I already had some maize silage bales that I bought. So then I went and bought 2 grass silage bales. Didn't get any whole crop, didn't need any straw, but I did spawn in some sugar beets and some barley, just because I wanted to try it out. So the mix that I made, technically I used barley and sugar beet that I didn't actually have, so I spawned it in. You can't buy it, so I had to spawn it in, but it just means that we've got some in there to try out, and after that we'll be doing it ourselves. So this is what I mean. This cow absolutely loves standing on the conveyor belt. I would love it if the cow was on the conveyor belt when it turned on, just to see if the cow started moving up and down. That'd be cool. If it did, then obviously this thing in itself would be worth getting, just to have a cow moving on a conveyor belt. But yeah, I like it. I think it's interesting. Obviously it adds a new feature to maizeplus. There's always mods coming out, I've noticed now, being developed for maizeplus, and this is just another one. Right, so in this episode what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planting the corn. Also I'm going to set a course play up to do some slurry in the clover field, and then if we have a bit of time left, we can start mowing pasture grass for some grass silage, because we are going to need quite a lot of grass silage. If we're doing it in bale format, we still need quite a lot. We're going to need it for obviously the TMR for the cows, and we're going to need it for the sheep, and they're going to need it for 2 of their categories. So instead of the fresh grass, clover or fresh maize, we can give them grass silage, and it also covers the top category there for grass silage, so it makes much sense to have quite a bit of grass silage. 1 for the sheep and obviously 2 for the cows. So we're going to definitely need to be doing some more of that. We haven't got enough as it is. So we'll crack on with that at some point. We might not be this episode, but we'll definitely crack on at some point. And then for the sheep, really, after that, we've got the hay. Sugar beets we'll have, and carrots we'll have. And same for the horses. We'll have carrots, we'll have oats. That's already in the ground. But the only thing we probably need there, because we're not going to be doing hay pellets or grass, fresh grass, is the horse silage. We don't need to do horse hay because we've got quite a lot of alfalfa hay. So yeah, we could probably some point with the field, the horse grass field, where you can do some horse silage. And also they need a bit of water and cleaning out. The horses do, and the sheep need cleaning out and a bit of water. I haven't got any grass silage to give them yet, or sugar beets or carrot, or any of the other categories, so we're just giving them hay at the moment. We definitely need to give them some water at some point. Right, so I'm going to be using the Puma for doing the slurry in the field. Just hoping that this isn't going to be too tricky now, because I've made it a little bit more difficult putting this in here. Now it shouldn't be, because technically, you know, the connection's there. If we back this up just right, we should be able to fit this on. It's just a little bit more a tight manoeuvring area now, so there we go. That's worked. There we go. So we'll go and take this first thing when it's full, put it in the field, the clover, set up a course play. We're working crack on with that. We'll then start off with the maize. I've already bought the seeds, filled up the seeder. So that's already down through the farmyard. So there is a lot going on at the moment. And then obviously there's the grass silage, and probably after that we'll do some horse silage. That'll be fine there. Also, I've got myself a case weight for the case. I think it looks a lot better. It took me a while to find that. It's something that I've neglected in the past, getting weight mods, you know, that kind of look better on the tractors that you've got. I've also bought a Massey Ferguson one that I'm actually using in Hofbergman series. And I've got, obviously, a Massey in this map, so I may as well use it on that as well at some point. Right, so that's that full up. So if we just close that, disconnect that. See if we can turn around up here. Just about. So we do need to remember, like I said, to speed up the game before the end of the episode to 3 PM. So I can show you the conveyor belt in action, because it is pretty cool. Obviously it does save up a lot of time. You know, you can just fill that mixer up with TMR, maize style TMR, and then obviously just set it up to automatically feed for you. So you'll still get the fun of mixing your TMR with all the ingredients that maizeplus provides, but you don't have to then go and drive up to it with your feed mixer. Unless you want to, you can still do it, but it is something different. I've already remembered to not fly past the turning, so I am learning. Right, so let's set up a course play. So we want to set it to fertilising and seeding. We're in field 52. So we click field 52. Let's do one headland pass. That should be alright. Should be fine. So we'll line her up, set it going. Now I'd be interested to see if this actually goes down a lot quicker, because for me, even though I set it at 1500, the spray rate, still wasn't going down very quick. So it's not really going down quick at all, but nothing I can do about it. Just leave it going. Right, so what I'll do is I'll drive back to the main yard, as I'm calling it. I'm calling it the main yard just because it's got the main equipment on. It's the equipment yard. I haven't really named them very well. Cow yard, sheep and horse yard, plus house, and then let's just call it the main yard for all the equipment. We'll drive there, in the Land Rover, so we can get some use out of it. And then we'll crack on with the field. Finally, I'm at the right temperature. 10 degrees. So it's taken a while, but we're there. Late spring. Whoa, it's a bit fast then. Right, so as you can see, I'm using the realistic seed mod, so now I've got maize seeds. So before I had to empty the seeds out already in there, which are just normal seeds, so they're over here. But I did buy some maize seeds, so that's what's currently in, and I also filled it up from fertilizer. Obviously I'm using the Optum, so the most powerful tractor we've got for this drilling. It really is the tractor to use for field work. Right, so I'm going to just quickly do the water before we head over to field 61. I'll have a look at how much it needs cleaning by, but hopefully it's not too much. I did buy a brush. It's really handy for this kind of stuff. I mean, I could use this as manure, but I think, when you think about it, it's not much. It doesn't really build up that much. So you may as well just get rid of it. And I like that brush, I do. Kind of use it in all my Let's Plays. Right, so they're pretty much clean. Let's check how much feed they've got. Yeah, they've got plenty of feed. So we'll just quickly check on the sheep. Reminds me, I still need to sell this. Building up now. This one's full. Yeah, it confuses me because all these just stand here. They do nothing. Them two are nothing. But all them I do need to sell. So we could do that at some point, if we remember. They're fine for feed. There's another brush. So it is actually really difficult in this building to get like even the bobcat in or a small front loader. So it was important that I got that brush, I think. So something's slipping. Let me see why. Well, we know why. Because the actual hedges have collisions. So where did he get up to? So have a look at the course itself. But to me it looks like he was on this. So hopefully we'll be alright now. Right, so we'll just jump back to this. First, just check the animals. So the sheep, I have cleaned up and filled up the water, that's not a problem. And the same for the horses. Right, so we crack on. We can head back up and start planting this corn. So we're definitely going to be doing maize silage in a pit. Could bale it off if you wanted to, you'd have to drop it to the ground. I usually use like a grain door and trailer to bale it off, but we're going to just do it in a pit, and then the whole crop We are going to put that in a pit, but I also want to try the crop swath, so we will be doing some of that. So looking at the size of the field, it's not too bad actually. It should give us a lot. And maize, I mean, when you do maize silage, you do get a lot. So hopefully, we'll still get quite a bit. We'll get enough for what we need. I caught on something there. How have I done that? It's hidden. I have noticed that there is some misleading collisions on this map. Let's just put it like that. Right, so obviously this isn't going to take too long, but I am going to speed it up, put it on a time lapse. And then what I'll do is I'll cut back in when we've done it.
Enchanté.
Right, so we've done that. It's the corn planted for some maize silage. As you probably noticed as well, I did need to go and sort out the worker on the course play. It kept getting stuck, so I thought I'd just finish it off. So I finished off the slurry. Also took that back and parted it up. So not too bad. 2 jobs done already. And that's everything planted that we're going to pretty much need. So we just need to wait that out now. Like I said, we've got the horse grass that we're going to be doing some work on soon. But the majority of the work is now obviously sorted out. So what I'm probably going to do now is probably going to try and get some mowing done quickly. I think we might mow the actual pasture grass and get that done. We'll use the Puma for it. It's just got enough power to do it. And then when I've done that, we'll come back and obviously speed up time and have a look at the actual conveyor belt in action. And in the next episode we'll actually start baling off the grass silage. Right, so let's just unfold that. Close the gate. There we go. Now, we may as well use all this. Right, so we'll just make sure we have that activated. Turn the rear mower on, and off we go. So obviously we don't need to worry about rowing this up or anything like that, tending it. We can just come straight in the next episode and start baling it off. I'm actually cleaning out a lot of these bushes as well by doing this. So like I said, we may as well use the whole width of the field, even than just the normal grass as well as the pasture grass. Makes sense. Like I said, we do need quite a lot of grass silage looking at things. And obviously if the flock of sheep grow and the herd of cows, we're going to pretty much use a lot more grass silage than we've already got now. So it is important to get as much as we can. So we're obviously flying through this mower, dead easy. The rows aren't too bad so far. Could be better. It's a weird shaped field really. It's not the easiest field to mow in, because it's like this bit in the middle makes it a little bit more difficult than what normal shaped fields are, let's say. I don't even know what a normal shaped field is, but this is probably a bit unique in the sense that it's just got that hedge that goes up the middle. I mean, if this was my field in real life, I'd probably take that hedge out. We're nearly done. Not many more strafes left now. I will say that this mow is probably suited to a bigger field. I do find that it's just difficult to turn a field this size. It's just because it's so big. It really is. It's massive. Right, so this is the last little bit. Job done. Let me grab this little bit here as well. Yeah, not bad at all. So that's actually ready now to bale off, which we'll be doing in the next episode. But we have been productive. We've planted obviously the corn and mowed the grass up in the pasture field, and then done some slurry spreading, and we've also got ourselves a new feeding system that we're going to have a look at now. Right, so I sped up till 6 o'clock just because there wasn't enough feed consumed, so hopefully right now it'll start feeding out. So the actual conveyor belt, this thing here on the conveyor belt, I don't know what you'd call it, it's gone right to the end. And as you can see now, it's pouring out the actual TMR mix, going onto this like little hopper. And the thing at the end will start moving and knocking it off. Obviously here it's pretty much doing nothing, but it's not counting it. It will count it as it's gone into the trough, but it's the closest I could get it, and obviously with it being so long, it just made sense. But it does look good. So I'll set it to feed 4,000 litres. That's technically what it's doing right now. 4,000 litres. It'll get to the end. You'll always have the same animation, no matter how much you're feeding. Yeah, it's pretty much done. So there you go. Pretty cool. Let's just have a look. So I'll show you. So as you can see, I set it again at 6. It's just because there wasn't enough food consumed, so it didn't kick in. But now you can see that it's all topped up and in the green. So I think we might have the settings just bang on now for the amount of cows that we've got. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty interesting. I advise giving it a go. It's on the mod hub, so if you want to download it, go on the mod hub, you'll find it on there. And you can try it out. Like I said, there's versions for just normal TMR if you're not doing maizeplus, and also versions for hay if you want to feed hay on maizeplus as well. Alright, so I'm going to leave the video there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that every time. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this one on Farming Simulator. See ya.